Hello everyone, welcome back to In My Shed. I'm BC. Today we'll progress on with the drill grinding attachment build, and I've got a bit of information first up. Haircuts happen, had into high speed. I cut the block for the main body. It's just 2 3/4 long, nothing flash. I used a protractor over the line drawing in the manual and worked out that the converging angle is 20 degrees. Now it looks like the spindle and the pivot are in the same plane, coplanar, when the attachment is horizontal. Now I've marked out the piece of tube, that'll be the main body, and all of this is adjustable. We're ad-libbing this, so we'll see how we go. I'm going to chuck this up on a lathe and deburr it. It's a bit dangerous to work with at the moment, but a great item of interest is one of these attachments up on eBay, and I did try to buy it. A lady in England's got it, but she wouldn't part with it off the grinder that she's selling as a pair. Didn't answer my emails, not to worry, but bugging me if she didn't put up a fantastic photo. And there's a few features on here that I haven't seen in any other photos before, so I'll zoom you in shortly, but it gives you a good detail of the latching lever and the plate where the cam plate goes onto, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to machine them into the body. I'll just take about a 6mm skim, a short piece off here, make a backing plate that I can use to bolt the pivoting cam plate to, and bolt another plate in from the back to put a pivot for the latching lever. So I'll close the camera down, bring you in on zoom and show you the picture. Okay, back on again. Sorry the picture's a little bit grainy, but this is about as far as I can magnify it without it going awful. There, that might be a little bit better. I've measured the chuck the same as the one on this item on my Brearley drill grinder, and it's 70mm from the backing plate to the front of the chuck, so that gives me one more dimension. And I'll go out there and point out a few features that this has made substantially easy. It's the first picture I've seen from this side that is reasonably clear. So I get in front of the camera. I hope I don't wreck the focus. Okay, the rear sleeve is locked to the shaft by this knob here, and that allows you to set the drill or the cutting tool to the position where the grind would start, and then align this with the shaft, and this is the latching lever that latches into a groove in this ring here. So that's how you set it all up and what's called timing the item. You then take the latching lever down and lock it under a little clip. We'll have to make that a little bit different. This is the cam plate. Down the bottom there's a pivot, and at the top there is a locking nut. Undo that bolt and you can slide the cam plate out so that as the ring with striker pins goes up the plate, it works as a cam action and withdraws the spindle out of action. So I don't know what I'm going to put between the back of the chuck and the front of the body. I may have to make up a spring or a piece of sponge rubber, something like that. But this gives me a good idea. I can machine away the side of the body to put a slightly longer piece of plate, put the cam plate on the front of that, and the pivot behind that for this latching lever. So that's taken a hell of a lot of work out of manufacturing this item. I can change the position of the latching plate just by putting a different size spacer in there, and maybe even a little spring clip over the back to hold it. You can also see the pivot bolt in the bottom and the style of mounting plate that Clarkson used. Well, I don't think I'll be doing the same there. I'll just make a plain piece of plate. But I think that's quite a good base to start with. So I'll put a few items up in the machines and we'll do a little bit of cleaning up to start with. Bye for now. G'day there guys, we're back at my old shaper, good friend of mine. So I think I've set this up right. We should be taking about 1/4 hour off to face this bit of sheet off. So we'll start her up and see what happens. Just demonstrate a bit of it. What's interesting about this tool is it's a skew tool. The cutting edge is on an angle of about 25 to 30 degrees. So running one way it's leading and running the other way it's landing. We'll see if we get any sort of slip. So I'd say we've got about 5 or 6 out in that plate, which isn't too bad for a machine cut. Obviously this will take at least 2 cuts to clean up. So it's cleaning up and taking a minimum of 2 away. So I'll come up there and zoom you in on the gang. I turned you off for a sec there as I had to change fast. That's got the reasonably well centered. Yeah, for a piece of flame cut still, it's not doing too bad. And the reason I turn it over, it will bring a nice level surface, and I think total each side will be about 5 pounds to clean it up. Why do I use a safe instead of the mill? Well, the mill still has a slotting head up for action, and I like using this old tool. It's like me, it's a dinosaur. Okay, I'll bring it back when it's finished and we'll examine the surface. Here it is after the first pass. It's a reasonable finish. I've brought the feed rate down from 12 thou per pass to 4. Oh, sorry, 6. And this is what you get. It's not too bad, but we'll see what happens when I reverse the direction. At the moment the cutting edge is skewed that way, so going in one direction you're ploughing, going the other direction it should act a little bit sharper. We'll start the old girl off and take another cut, but the opposite feed. It looks like it's going to be a reasonably clean cut this time, although it's a bit hard to tell it's biased because we're taking a deeper cut this time, an extra cut my down. I'll bring you back when the job's done, you can have a look. G'day guys, I'll bring you back in again. You can see the clapper action and mechanism on the side of the machine. It's quite interesting to watch the manual read track. And I think it is a factory fit. There's the friction drive on the stainless steel strip of the frame of the shaper. This is made with castings and looks very, very well made. I think it's definitely a factory fit. Okay, to the job at hand. That's coming up very, very good. Nice even cut from one side to the other and end to end, so I think dimensions are going to be held very well. It could be biased because this is about twice the depth of cut of the previous cut is only a couple of hours. You see the little curly weave coming off the cutting tool and coming off to this side. So yeah, very happy with that. Okay, I'll try and bring you in on some other work later on. Now it's just a bit of very ordinary plain turning to square up the end of the tube. We'll hope it will fit a little bit. I only take very light cuts and a bit suspended this far out from the chuck. And easy does it. This this low carbon steel pipe machine's like bloody rubbish. You'll never get a decent finish on it. So we're almost there. This is the end that I saw cut, and it's a lot straighter than what came from the machine shop. I suppose it's because I put a torpedo lever on the pipe to make sure it's flat in the vise. Now one bit more. That's all for now. We'll screw it up, mark it out properly, and then start to make cuts. Back to the shaker now, and I'm taking material off the four sides of the workhead. I leave the corners rounded, but as wrought it's very, very difficult to deal with. It's wonky all over the place, and there's a little bit of welding to do with, so getting rid of the mill scale is a must. But the old shaker is a fairly versatile machine. I like working it, and I just did a little job on the pipe in the lathe while the shaker was running behind me on the base plate. So how slow it is, there's no consequences. There's plenty of other jobs you can do at the same time. Okay, I'll bring you back when it's in the operation.